We are at a very important time on the planet. We are at a time of massive upgrade, and it is to do with upgrading who we are as human beings, because we all have more potential within our DNA code than we actually realize at this time. And this is because for a long period of time, while the Earth was vibrating in the slower pulsating third dimensional frequency, we as people, as humans who came to the Earth, probably from the stars, to be here through this long period of time, we lived many cycles of life and death and rebirth. And the trauma experiences of all of those lifetimes have impacted on us. And we call it karma. But really, that karmic miasmic patterning is like distorted energy vibrating in our energy fields, and it affects how we think and feel about ourselves and about life. And it also makes us, or contributes to us, identifying with our physical human selves and less with our soul eternal self. Now what is happening on the planet is that more of the true human potential is being activated as part of what's called an ascension process. And ascension is not about going up or going anywhere. Ascension is about expanding into more of the true potential that we have inside ourselves. You know, scientists speak quite a bit about junk DNA. But the junk DNA is really DNA potential that has not yet been activated to express. So you could say, how is it being activated? It's been activated by the light, the energy that's streaming into planet Earth and getting stronger and stronger, particularly now in 2019. And we see this with weather patterns, we see this with solar flares. There's a lot of energy streaming to Earth. It's coming into this galaxy, the Milky Way. It's hitting up against our sun, our solar sun, and we are being affected by what's called coronal mass ejections, which are solar flares. And these solar flares, which are energy, are activating the changes within us. So we're experiencing changes where the karmic miasmic patterning, this energy distortion from past life, is being activated to come up into awareness and release. This karmic miasmic patterning release can also contribute to us feeling a bit out of sorts or even not physically very well for a time. Have you noticed this? Yeah. So we think we're sick, but in actual fact, what is happening is that we're going through a change. We're going through a transformation, and this transformation can be dubbed ascension cycle. You see? So it's not just the Earth that's going through this ascension cycle, it's us as well, because we are beings living on the Earth and we are vibrating with Earth frequency, vibration. So the Earth was vibrating in third dimensional, slower pulsating, more dense frequency. Now the Earth is vibrating in a faster pulsating, fifth dimensional frequency from 2012. And as people, we are having to adapt to this energy of the Earth, but we're also being affected by this other energy that is coming into Earth from this place that I talk about a lot called Beyond the Beyond. Because as part of our human and Earth and galactic ascension cycle, we're in the Milky Way galaxy, as part of this ascension cycle, we are being opened up to a stronger, more potent, more expanded vibration of creation, God creation, coming from a more expanded matrix of God creation that is coming into this galaxy from the heart center or the creation energy center of 22 galaxies, you see. So it's like what we considered to be God or creation energy is getting stronger now. And as it's getting stronger as part of a divinely orchestrated plan to upgrade Earth and to upgrade humanity and to upgrade the galaxy and all of these galaxies of the 22, we're actually being activated to step into more of who we are. Make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. if you have any questions or can't understand me, just raise your hand. Okay. So what we're also having to realise and understand as part of this shift that we're all going through and that the earth is going through is that we're not alone here. And we've never been alone here. And in the beginning of this, what's called 4 great ages of roughly 26,000 years, which is about 100,000 years ago, the Galactic Council of this Milky Way galaxy became very concerned about the beings on Earth. And the beings on Earth were not human at that time. They were humanoid, but not human. They were beings who had been there since the time of Tara, when the Earth was Tara, T-A-R-A, and Tara was really a fifth-dimensional Earth that, because of a rebellion in the higher heavenly worlds, Tara's energy became corrupted and condensed and contracted. This is over many, many hundreds of thousands of years, till eventually it was Earth, slower pulsating Earth. And 100,000 years ago, the existing indigenous beings on that Earth couldn't be reached by divine forces. They couldn't be reached by the light that is of God, the light that is of creation, from multidimensional realities, because they didn't have within themselves, their physical selves, the required genetic makeup to enable that connection to be made. You see, they did not have what we have as humans, which is our pineal gland. Okay? The pineal gland is like a diamond within us. It's like a receiver and transmitting chip, a bit like a quartz crystal inside a computer. And the computer, it's inside us, inside the computer of our own brain. So these beings 100,000 years ago didn't have this capacity to be reached by the light, to be upgraded, to be activated, you see. So a decision was made to create a new species and bring this new species to seed the earth. And this is the human, because Hu, H-U, Hu is a sound that actually means of God. So what happened is that many beings from the stars, from Pleiades, Sirius mainly, because they're closest vibrationally to Earth, put up their hand and said, right, I want to go to help the Earth. I'm going to let go of my Sirian body or my Arcturian body or my Pleiadian body, and I'm going to go to the Earth and be reincarnated to take on human DNA, to become human, to become a human being. But when I go there, I know that I'm going to be stuck there for a very long period of time, through 4 great ages of 26,000 years roughly, until the time comes that the Earth ascends and becomes once more a 5th-dimensional vibrational planet. Then it is my opportunity, because then I can do what I'm actually really coming to do. Because you see, in 3rd-dimensional vibration, in the more limited human aspect of what we've always been since we first came to the earth, we couldn't do the things that we were really meant to be doing and designed to be doing as people, you see. This ascension cycle is about activating the true human potential within all of us and allowing us to do much more than we know that we can do right now. So, going back to me, when I first started to do this spiritual work, it was 22 years ago, exactly, really. And I never thought I'd do this, because I was a public relations and marketing consultant, and I was in corporate marketing. So this seemed rather woo-woo and strange to me. I didn't really believe it. And if someone had said to me then that I was going to be speaking in star languages and talk about extraterrestrials in public, I would not have believed it, you see. But what happened to me is that I received in the mail a Learn to Channel, Learn to Connect with Spirit brochure. And I felt absolutely compelled to come along, like I just had to go. At that workshop, I met a being And when I say met, I could see him in my inner sight. And I really shook with the vibration of his energy, because when his energy meshed with my energy field, I started to really shake very strongly, like this. And he told me telepathically in my mind that his name was Balthazar. And I thought, I can't make that up, because Balthazar's rather, it's not the sort of word that I would normally make up, you see. So over the week that followed, I got to understand that Balthazar was one of the Magi, one of the three wise men in the biblical tradition, who brought the gifts to the baby Jesus, you see. And from that time, I started working with many beings, many ascended masters, the energy of the Christ, the energy of Mary, the energy of Mary Magdalene, the archangel energy. It's like Spirit took me on a journey and they stepped me up through different experiences where they taught me, and they didn't teach me by going to school, they just taught me by experience of doing it. They taught me how to connect with different energies from different multidimensional worlds. See, if we talk about a dimension, what is a dimension? What are multidimensional worlds? A dimension really is just an energy environment. See, the third dimension is slower pulsating energy in that energy environment. And this is why, as people living and dying and being reborn in this third dimensional environment, the true potential within ourselves couldn't be sparked to activate, you see. It's only since the Earth has shifted into a faster pulsating fifth dimensional energy domain, which is like an energy envelope, faster. Everything has got faster. We see that in our world today, don't we? Everything has got faster out there. This speeding up of everything is out there, but it's really also in here, as in the Earth. The Earth is speeding up, and everything about life is speeding up as well, because there's no distinction between above and below. It's all part of the same. So if we are living as beings on the Earth, our lifestyle, everything about our life is also speeding up, because we are speeding up. See? It's quite challenging, really, at times, isn't it? Because we remember how it used to be. Those of us who are older remember how it used to be. And we remember that life seemed to be much more simple than it is today, and a lot easier. And sometimes we look at our children and we think, poor you, because it's so difficult, really, living on the world today compared to how it was when some of us were born and we were young. Okay, so there is a change, there is a shift. And what we all need to understand now is that we are on the Earth and we're going on this incredible ride. And the most important thing is to just surrender and be with that energy. To just be with that energy and know that all is well and that everything is as it should be. So I'm going to speak a prayer now. This prayer is brought through me by these galactic beings who are going to be working with us tonight. And this prayer is called the prayer of surrender. Just grab some water. So what I want you all to do is just surrender. Just put your feet flat on the floor. And we're being joined tonight by people in many countries. We're all one big unity community, really, aren't we? We're all united as one. And planet Earth seems to be getting smaller, because with the internet age, we know people in many countries, and we feel we travel a lot. And we know that we are one. Nobody's different to us. So this is the prayer of surrender. Beloved Mother, Father God, Creator of all, as we sit in the silence, we connect to the oneness of all life. We ask for your guidance and your support to understand the magnificence of the human condition, and that as human beings, we now have the potential to expand beyond who we think we are and have always been, and to activate more of the truth of the soul and the truth of our energy within. And as we surrender and we sit in the silence, we know that we are loved and that we are love, that no harm can come to us now, that we are aligned and shown the way forward. Beloved Mother, Father God, Creator of all, we understand that you are energy as we are energy, and that as your energy shines down upon us, and we are activated by new energy words of creation, our energy expands, and we become as the sun shining out into the world. We know and understand that we are not alone. We're not alone on this planet Earth, and we have never been alone. And that we came from the stars long ago in our past. And to the heavens we shall return. And at this time, we are here as human beings to help shine a light on this planet Earth and to help others understand the truth of who they are, so that together we might create a better world for our children and our children's children, of peace and love, harmony and co-creation together. And so we let go of anxiety and stress. We let go of a need to control and know it all before we are ready to know it. Mukuliki shilakazana melakoya ke. Akalakazi di seda kalaba dokada sabatia. Akalakazi kalakasi di sadbelaka. Akalakada de sabadokoda sadbelaka. Kushidisia. Kushdi sisa sabadokodia. Amalaka sisa sabadokodasa. So we just let go. We trust whatever is coming through tonight from beyond the beyond and from spirit in multi-galactic and multi-dimensional realities is perfect for us at this time, and is to do with our advancement and the activation of the true human potential that lies within each of us, so that we can stand tall and do what it is that we, on a soul level, have come to the earth to do, to achieve our purpose in this lifetime. But to achieve our purpose with joy and peace and happiness and strength and love and feeling really great about it. There's a bit of energy now, and then I'll explain what the energy is all about. So you just absorb the energy, like soak it up like a sponge. And this energy is about clearing the way. It's about helping us open to more of who we are. It's blessings, it's gifts, it's support. Shlakai sana balakai seta bedaki sada balakoya. Ata loka da balakulu shi sada koya. Akana balakalasa. Akana balakalabasa da bedaki. Akala bedaki sada bedakade sada kodia. Akala la loka shi shisi. Akana balakala shi sadaki. Ada bedakade sada balakala sada balaki. Akazella kazi sada bedaki aka. 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 Aka, 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 aka. We are beginning to be activated. We're beginning to be switched on to express more of this innate human potential, because the years 2020 to 2033 are going to be very powerful ascension activation wave. So you could say, how do I know this? Only because of what I'm told. And it's only because of my 22 years of working to receive information as a channel, as a conduit, you see, that I say I know these things. And because I've been asked to step out and speak about things before they happen for a long time, that's why I'm talking about it now. Because in these 22 years of my working with spirit, ascended masters, beings of light from many dimensions and many realities, I've never been let down. I've never been let down and to stand not knowing what to say, because the information that I'm sharing with you now is coming through my mind very quickly. It's like telepathic downloads. Notice that I haven't got any notes, because this is because I'm channeling everything. I'm bringing everything through very fast. As I hear it, I speak it. And it's only because I've had a long time to practice it, and I've been doing it for a long time, that I've developed the skill of doing it, you see. But this is what Spirit prepared me to do 22 years ago. And it's only now that I feel the true work is beginning, because the energy on the planet is ready for it, you see. Because we're now 2019, it's 6 years, 3 and 6 and 9, okay, since the shift, really. 2013 was a big change. Some of you might have had big changes in your life in this last 6 years. Who has? Big, yeah. And so what may have happened to you, and I'll bet it has, is that what you thought you wanted to do in life maybe is not what you wanted to do, and many changes in life circumstances. Yeah, because what's happening now is that we are being shifted sideways, so to speak, so that we can surrender, like we did that prayer at the beginning. It was all about surrender. Surrender just means letting go and letting God, you know. And we don't have to see it. We can see it in a religious context, which is fine. Or you can see it as a pure energy context, as universal energy, creation energy. It doesn't really matter, because spirituality and science are one and the same thing. They just are viewed from a different perspective. Now we're starting to see that this is one and the same thing. Doesn't mean you have to let go of a religious viewpoint about God. And it doesn't mean you have to subscribe purely from an energetic viewpoint, purely science. Because really, spirituality is about the heart. Spirituality is about love. And spirituality is very to do with sacred energy, coming from beings, coming from a source of light that is beyond us, but that has also created us. Because the human being was created in the beginning, all those 100,000 years ago, when the Galactic Council got together and they got very concerned about what was happening on Earth and how they were going to upgrade the Earth so that it could go through an ascension cycle. Because the beings on Earth at that time had contracted in their consciousness and their understanding, and because they didn't have the required DNA to be reached by light, to be reached by energy of creation, could say God, they couldn't be upgraded, you see. And so this is why the human being was created and brought to seed the earth, and this is why we're all here now, because we came, most of us here in this room, at that time of beginning, to play a part, to play a role, to help the earth and the people of the earth move forward. Would you agree? So what we're doing tonight is we're connecting to energies first from beyond the beyond, and I'll tell you about that in a minute, but then from other galaxies, other star systems. Because most of you here in this room have genetic legacy, if you like, soul legacy, soul DNA from other times and other places and other galaxies, right? Other places. And we probably don't as humans know anything about it right now, because we've had all these lifetimes identifying with being human. Many, many lifetimes, probably hundreds if not thousands of lifetimes, I'd say, in 100,000 years. So we are here really going through a transformation. It's a bit like we are going like a caterpillar into the pupal stage, into the chrysalis. And we are being asked to just allow, trust, surrender, and see what comes forth in the next 13 or so years. Because this very powerful ascension wave that is beginning now in 2019 will get a lot stronger in 2020, and stronger still up until about 2033, when it will sort of tend to plateau out. So this is getting ready for the ride, really. We're getting ready. we're getting ready for the ride. Yeah, getting ready for the ride. Okay. So just to summarize now. So to summarize, the light language that I speak is not something that I ever learnt, it's something that automatically happened.
De lighttaal, de lichttaal dat Judy spreekt, is niet geleerd van nergens. Het is doorgegeven.
And this language is now becoming energy words of new creation.
En deze taal is nu geworden de nieuwe taal van energie.
Yeah, and it's coming from source, it's coming from God, it's coming from all that is, but it's coming from now from a more expanded God source than before.
Het komt van de bron, het komt van de creatie zelf. En het is meer uitgebreid energie dan ooit daarvoor.
Thank you, Olga. Okay, so let me just explain this thing, these words called Beyond the Beyond. About 5 years ago, I started hearing, as a channel by Spirit, these words, Beyond the Beyond, and I had no idea what Beyond the Beyond meant. So I asked about it, and I wrote down some information then, and the information was about this energy that is pure creation. And I wrote down, you could call this energy God, but it's not really God. It's not a person. You can't personify that energy, really. It's more like a creation energy. But what I came to understand is that from 2013, a Stargate has opened. It opened, it's called the Stargate of Aldebaran. It's just like a portal in time and space that allowed faster and faster and stronger energy to flood into this Milky Way galaxy. Aldebaran actually means revelation. So this was a divine star of revelation that opened its gateway, if you like, and allowed for energy to flow in from outside of this Milky Way galaxy. And where it was flowing in from was the heart center of 22 galaxies arranged in a vast multi-galactic diamond-shaped pattern in the cosmos. Diamond is interesting because it's not only is it hard, It's pure. It's also representative of above and below, which is Hermetic tradition. So this energy coming from the heart center of the 22 galaxies arranged in a diamond is like a more expanded God creation energy matrix. It's a bit like the energy of creation that we have been able to receive within this Milky Way galaxy is being amplified to the power of 22. See, so it's stronger. So this is why when you feel the energy in a little bit, I think you'll feel it as being stronger, because it's getting ever stronger as part of our human switching on process. See? Because as we switch on to more understanding about who we are, things in our life will automatically tend to change, and we will be more empowered to do things. It's like when I started to speak the languages of light, nobody taught me. So what you will also receive and expect to receive is that you will start to do things automatically without really knowing how to do it. Particularly if you're a healer or you're working in the spiritual arena in some way. What you have done to date will probably, after this energy work that we're doing tonight, expand, get stronger. And that's what I really want to hear back from you when this program goes in the Ascension Library, which it will do. There's little notes you can sort of write about the changes that happen for you. And I'd really like to get your feedback, you see, because I'm just standing here in total faith that something will happen. And I don't know, you see, because I'm just opening my mouth and I'm saying what's coming into my head telepathically. And this is what I'm told, is that we are all being opened up, and the opening up of tonight is about multi-galactic advancement and connection. So you just can relax, and if you want to, you can shut your eyes, but it's not vital. Sometimes it's good because when you shut your eyes, you might receive images or impressions for yourself that you wouldn't get if you had your eyes open. And then you just put your hands palm up, because we've got chakra points in the hands. And we're going to go out into the universe. So just relax and just follow along with what I say. So we're going out into the universe. We're going beyond or through the Stargate of Aldebaran, which opened in 2013, through which light, energy, vibration flows now into our Milky Way galaxy. And this more expanded, stronger light is coming from a more expanded God creation energy, which is designed to spark ascension. He said it. Akala kika disi saksa the kazi the keys the gazla kodesi. Akala kazi de kasata kasata kasita clear sisi matia. So just allow any sensations that you feel to be okay for you. Just relax and know that whatever you experience is perfect for you. And that everybody's actually being supported through this process by your own unique and separate guides who are multi-galactic or galactic. So they are beginning with a bit of rewiring inside the brain. And this rewiring is going to make it easier for all of us to receive information and energy and to transmit. It's like connection. You see, we have to be wired up to connect again, because we used to be able to connect, but because of all these lifetimes in human form and the karmic miasmic patterning that we have brought in, we've forgotten how to connect, most of us. So we're going to open up to connect. Akalakadabadakulu shishin mataki. Akalek said sadiyaka. Akulakazidaki. Atabadakazidabadakazidaki. Akakakakakatabatakutizasi. Akalakazadakazabadaki. Alakasya. Akalakasida sadabadaki. Akalakazidakazidakazidakazidakazidaki. Amalakazadabadaki shinnakoya. She shinnakoya. Abalakazadabadakiya. She shinnakoya. So just put your hand up if you feel a bit of buzzy feeling in your head. Yes. So all this is doing is like rewiring energy circuits so that we can receive information, energy for our highest good, for our opening, from this place called Beyond the Beyond, which is the more expanded God energy. Because the outcome for us as we connect again to these energies is multifaceted. Some of you might receive telepathic information. Some of you might just receive energy and be sparked to do things that you can't currently do. But there's a reason for it, for everybody, and everybody is unique. Everybody is a little different. But it's about connection and opening. For all of us, it's about doing what we have come on a soul level to do and contribute at this time on earth as part of our life purpose. Mishtakasadabadakasa, Mishtasadabadakasa, Akolabadakadabadaki Sadakoya, Akalakasidakazidakazidakazidakazidakazidaki, Mokalakazidakazidakazidakazidaki, Alabadakazidakazidakazidakazidaki, Alabadagululushiaka. Take a deep breath. Now, what I'm being told and shown is that there are galactic or multigalactic beings around everybody here. So they will align with you according to your soul DNA, according to soul experience that you may have had in one or more of these 22 galaxies. They are aligning with you as a human, and they're not, of course, but they are aligning with you to help all of us open into more of the true human potential that we have within our DNA. So just take a deep breath. It's just a little bit more of this. It's to do with connection and opening. For this, I want you to put your left hand onto your heart chakra, because love, Jesus Christ said, love is the key in the way. So as we open our heart chakra into more love, it is like a catalyst, an activator code for us. Akalakata Takabata Shan Malakaria, Atabatakalabatakabadi Sadabalagola Sabadi, Labaraki, Alabatagolis, Adabadish, Nabadakazi, Kiki, Kadabalakaz, the Bediki, Kadabalakaz, the Bediki, Alabatagodishan, Malakadi Takabadaki, Akalabadishon, Malaki, the Bedakati, Akalakadabatakulush Taka. You might find that you get a bit of tension in the heart chakra. Anybody experiencing this? Yeah. All this is like a contracting and releasing. It's like releasing any blocks that we need to release in order to open into more ingathering of love and more output of love. So it's really opening the capacity of the heart chakra to give and receive more love. And we will feel better, of course, more relaxed. Aka, 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 aka. And take a deep breath. And relax. So now we're going to work with some multi-galactic connection and advancement. So this is about purpose and potential. And we're going to be working with multi-galactic energies from beyond the beyond. And they are going to be activating us and helping us express our true potential as people. And there again, remember that each of you has your own energy worker around you. You have a galactic guide. It's pretty crowded in this room. You have a multi-galactic or galactic guide who's with you, and they're helping to calibrate the energy and do whatever is needed for you as part of your soul purpose and your soul path. And also for the people who are going to watch this from different countries around the world, they will also be linked with the guide who is there as soon as they start listening. It's like instantaneous, because it's the time now for all of us to open up and activate and know who we are and step forward and do what we've come to do. Okay, so this is a lot of different languaging in many multidimensional, multigalactic dialects. The purpose of this is to provide like a cohesive envelope, if you like, for the other energy work that's going to come to take place within. Akala bigi glue the bit of soul, but the soul of Malacalzun, Malacalia. I don't but I saw you look at the sail, Malacalzun, Malacalia. I don't see. I like a Luigi, and Malacalabaki. I like a Malacalabatic sin, Malacalabatic sun, Malacalabatic sea. I like a So if you feel during this process that we're doing a bit lightheaded or a bit spacey or a bit dizzy, don't be concerned about this. It's just that you're opening up to receive additional input, really, which is God-given. It's divine. It's not, you know, a lot of people think about extraterrestrials as ETs being way over there in bad person camp. There are many loving, supportive extraterrestrial races. We were extraterrestrial ourselves at one time on a soul level. There are, of course, other extraterrestrial races, just like there are people on Earth who are not loving and not good. But we are not connecting with those vibrations tonight. We're only connecting to divine love, divine source, and all that is from beyond the beyond. So this is about creating an energy container around us. What could I look at this? Sadabaki. Akalabatakalabaki Setakoya. Akalabatakalabaki Setabataka Sadaki. Akalabatakalabaki Setabataki Sadaki. Akalabatakalushishi. Akalabataki. Akalabatakalabaki. Asadaki. A medical Sasokia. Akaloko sasoko da bada kusola bada kisabda sedaki sedaka sedaki sedaki sedaki. Akakakakakakakakakakakakakakaka. So getting back to the question that I had a little while ago about the star Aldebaran. Aldebaran is known as one of 4 royal stars. But Aldebaran is very special because Aldebaran is known as the divine star of revelation. See, what is it revealing? And so when the portal or the stargate of Aldebaran opened in 2013, it began to reveal something. And what it began to reveal was this much more expanded energy of God, source, all that is creation energy coming from this place that I now speak of as beyond the beyond this galaxy, beyond all the 22 really, right from the heart of source. That's what it means. All that is beyond the beyond. Because this whole 22 galaxy, multi-dimensional, multi-galactic matrix, scientists call this grouping the local group. And this is what it is. It's like a creation energy grouping of galaxies. But it has an energy purpose as well. And the energy purpose is to stream energies from its heart to our heart. And this is what's going to happen now. Shloko kalaki kalabedishloso malakasa. Atabatako the san lokalis the malakalasa the malaki. Akalakota takadabatakushishad the batakoya. Akadabakabedi shus a labatakia. Akalabatakus the lakazidishana malakodi. Akalabatakushishana malakoya. Akalabatakushid the malakazi the kazi the batakushid the bataki. Akata takasakia. Because all of these beings that we know of as being spiritual, ascended masters, angelics, beings from other star nations within this galaxy, energies from other galaxies, part of the 22, they are all part of the all. They are all part of a more expanded, bigger matrix of creation than we may realize. And so religion merges completely with science, and science merges completely with religion, because religion is only a way of describing phenomena and people and situations and experiences that have been brought to the earth or have happened on the earth to help us understand our more expanded spiritual connections, and that we were created as human beings with the God code within us as part of divine, as part of God, with all that is eternally, now and forever. And beautiful teachers such as Jesus Christ, the Buddha, Muhammad, and many others came to the earth to help show the people in different locations, different areas across the earth, the way to the one. You see? We all have the way to the one within us. And the pathway of the way to the one is love and co-creation and peace and goodwill, which is also to do with enlightenment. Enlightenment is both lightening of the energy, bringing light into the cells of the body, but also an enlightenment, a conscious expansion, and an understanding of the infinite all and our place in a more expanded energy matrix of all that is. It's enlightenment, the bigger picture of who we are, and a disconnection from the pure personality perspective of who we are, and an expansion into seeing ourselves as eternal, timeless souls, having a human experience. And we've had many experiences, and they haven't all been human, basically. So that's really what enlightenment means. And enlightenment is part of ascension. Ascension is not going up, it's not going anywhere. It's actually expanding into more of our soul and human truth, and expanding into more of our soul and human light, but bringing that soul light and that soul truth into the human physical vessel, and living that soul light through our human personality selves. See? So it's expanded, really. And it's very special that it's expanding now on earth, because this is the divine right time for this expansion and this understanding to come forth. At the beginning of a new fifth great age of almost 26,000 years, this great year has just begun, as we know, 2012. And so in this new age, this age of light, this age of illumination, we are actually being enlightened, both physically with more light streaming through the energy circuits of our body and radiating in the cells of our body, which will help to change our physical form and our vitality of our human body, so that we are empowered. We're going to be empowered to go beyond healing, which is balance, to go into states of more advanced regeneration, physical regeneration, caused by the energy that is flowing through the energy circuits and the pathways of the body. You see, part of ascension. So we're just beginning this ride now, and it's going to get stronger in 2020 and beyond, which is probably really why Spirit gave me the big push and said you have to come to Amsterdam. Because there's people here who are very multi-galactic. There are in every place around the planet. But for some reason, I got the topics, the 4 topics in each place, and the topic here was multi-galactic connection and advancement. And just be like a sponge and let yourself absorb the energy. Then I'll talk about it.
Shlokusie tabelakishla sokadasa. Adabalata diabeticusa tabaraksa. Alakoda saglusa takazakabetakadia. Akadabatakasa. Akalabakasa, the Batakasa, the Badasa, the Badasa, the Badisity. Akalakasa takazabakilosati. Shorts of Sabatakoda Sakadabatakisa. Shalabatagadabakisi, C. Akadabatakislu, the Bason, the Batakadisha.
So this is about soul DNA, really. It's about working to help us remember certain aspects that are, certain things that are written within our soul DNA, and this is past life stuff, really. All the wisdom and experience that is most relevant to us in this life, it's about connecting with that and activating it to come forth. And it will come forth into conscious recall, and then we'll just know how to do things automatically. It's not something we have to practice, really. None of it is about practicing anything. It's about being activated by the energy and allowing and surrendering. So you probably right now are all experiencing different reactions to this. Some of you might feel strange movements. Some of you might feel a little bit of jerking going on. Some of you might feel nothing, and it's okay. Everybody's reacting in the right way, because these energies are multifaceted. Not all of us here, not everybody listening, will have had lifetimes in all of the 22 galaxies. So there's certain vibrations that are tonal, they are pertaining to one or more of these galaxies, you see. So when that tone or that energy hits up against your field, it's going to activate soul memory and soul reconnection. And that is to do with purpose, you see, helping you express your purpose, what you've come to do.
Shlokosi, Labaru, the Sabatagol Soya. Akalabatagoda, Sadabataga Shan Malakoya. Akalakada Rabatagoda. Akadabataka, Medea Salakadi, Sadabadi, Sadabadi. Akadabatagadi, Sadabataga, the Lakazatacozatacodi. Akalabatalabadi, Salabalakalushti. Akatasatacozatacozatacozatacozatacozatacodi. Akalabatagozatabatagoja Sadabalaki. Akalabadi Shamalakadabadaki. Akalakadaya. Akalakadi. The Batakala Sadabalaki. Aka, 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 Aka.
And just take a big deep breath. And now we're going to work with some, I think, I'm being told, maybe unusual sounds. So this is like one digital code, like this is like digital sounds, like that, activating another digital code. But this digital code that it's activating is not our human genetic DNA, it is our soul DNA.
Shut the Kalabaki, such a shut the Katakata, shut the Kalabaki, shut the Katakabati, said the Kalabati, shut the Kotakabati, Sadabati, shut the Kalabati, shut the Kalabati, Salata, shut the Batakabati, Satakodasia.
So this is to do with remembering wisdom and knowledge from the soul that is aligned with purpose in this lifetime. And how it works is that it's like percolating. It's, you know, when you percolate the coffee, it takes a little while for the aroma to come forth. So it's like a percolation. We're percolating a new way of being, getting it ready so that we can, in the right time, and it will take about, I'm getting 3 months. So you just listen to the audio tracks when you get access into the library, but it's starting here tonight. And every time you listen to this, you're going to get a benefit. You don't have to be fanatic at it. I think probably 2 or 3 times might be good, but just understand that we're activating a big shift within us. And I always get told that when you listen 3 times, it's like a trinity, it's like a pyramid. And the pyramid metaphysically is to do with transformation. So when we listen 3 times, that's often the transformation gets a chance to ground itself, you see, like a pyramid. Let's do some more.
Shlaki Sadabelaki Sedaki, Allah Katakabek Sabati Mada, Alakabeki Sadi, Alabadi Sadi, Sabalakabaki Sabati, Sabadi Sabadi, Akolokoti Sabadakazabadakazabadakazabada Kasetaki,
And one final bit of soul DNA activation now. is going very deep. It's bringing forward from the soul memory lifetimes that you may have had when the earth was vibrating as Tara, T-A-R-A. This is a long, long time ago. And Tara was like fifth dimensional and really beautiful. And many of us had lifetimes on Tara at this time. Not in human bodies, because there was not the human being then, but in other bodies. And on Tara, we are remembering things so that we can bring them forward into this life. You see? Also, there's a lot about Tara in the recordings that I made in the event at London on Sunday event at London. A lot of information came forward about Tara and activating knowledge and wisdom from Tara. Here's some more.
Shlaka said a bit said about a car. A cocoa about a key. A cut about a cat about a cassa. Alabata about a cassa. Alabata John about a key. Alabata about a kiss about the key. A cut about the key. I could about the key. I could look at a suit up, but the key. I bet be like a see.
The cells of the body are being prepared to take in light, which is both enlightenment as in consciousness enlightenment, but also enlightenment is just having more light in the cells and radiating with more light. And the outcome of this, what's going to happen for all of us when we are literally more enlightened on a cellular level, is that we will feel better physically, you see? Because the dross, the karmic miasmic patterning that we're all carting around, which is clogging up our energy systems and making us feel physically not so good at times, will be shifted fast. Okay? So that's good. Yes. So this is about now taking in light. Okay. So you just open your palms to receive. It's taking in light. And it's taking in light from the infinite all, which means the heart center, the God energy creation matrix at the heart of all of the 22. Taking in light.
Agla pitikota pata pirudukadasta. Liko titi kolokoti so the patakata lukasatokada. Akatata tokuda patukulakaso the sakata patakasa. Ilmlekota lakadisa the patakasta kodisa the katatakotaki. Lekatakalokadapatisokoda the patakotakotis tokadasa.
And there's been many beautiful masters who've walked the earth in human bodies, haven't there? And just recently, the other day, was Vesak on Sunday, when the spiritual hierarchy descend to earth in the high Himalayas and give blessings and love to the people of earth. And they say this to us: we stand among you. You may not see us with your naked eye, and yet we are here nonetheless. We have so much love for you and so much love for the earth. But this time that we have descended, it's Buddha's birthday also, this time that we have descended on the day of Vesak, which was 5 days ago, has been an anchoring of light that has never been attempted before. The light that is now streaming to the earth is expanded, amplified, much stronger. And for the next 6 months, this light will continue to flood in and open people to the true innate beingness that is their birthright and that lies within them.
Akalaka di sada belagoji sada belaki matia. Ulishda san malakadabadaki mati matia. Olokodish don namarati mati matia. Akalakaz nakia matia.
Those words, Matia, I've come to realize over the years means you are loved, you are blessed, and so it is. You are loved, you are blessed, and so it is. And so the divine hierarchy, the ascended masters, the angelic kingdom, and the star nations, the extraterrestrial races who are aligned with God or that is, unite with us. And we're not alone here. And they come to take us forward and help us understand more of who we are as people, as humans. That we have tremendous power within us, all of us. And now is the time to access it and activate it and be who we really are destined and created to be. All of us have a role to play. All of us are the same. There is no one person who is better than. We are all the same. Some of us are more, I say the words, some of us, they say some of you are more understanding of where you are. You've walked further down the path. But every person is created by the one. And that oneness is within every person. And some have forgotten the way and they have turned their back on their own divinity within. And they do not recognize the truth in this lifetime. But it's for those, they say, for those who are the way showers, for those who have come to guide and to teach and to show the way, the blessings of Wesak, or the blessings for Wesak 2019, will expand and expand and expand. And they say by the time you get to January 2020, you will be ready, and the earth will be ready, and we will be ready. So those words again, you are loved, you are blessed, and so it is. So I guess what they're really saying, Spirit are saying, is don't doubt yourself. To all of us, they're saying don't doubt yourselves. Don't diminish yourself. Don't let your true energy come forth. And it's all about surrender, really, because it's not about us forcing anything. It's about surrendering and being and knowing that all is well and that everything is coming forward in the perfect way for us, which sometimes doesn't feel like it when we look at what we're maybe challenged at in our human lives. But this they say to me now, and I pass it on to you. The energy will change you so quickly that your human life will also fall into balance, fall into place. And the things that you wish for and want and doubt and feel concerned for at this time, they too shall pass away. it's like clouds in the sky. You know, when you look up at the sky and you see the blue sky, and then the clouds come in. They come into our life like that. And then this too shall pass. There might be a rainstorm or two, and then the sun comes out again, like it has today in Amsterdam. It's a beautiful day, and it was quite cold a couple of days ago, remember? So it's like what Spirit is saying to us all now is, this too will pass. Whatever is going on in our human life, or maybe we don't feel very well one day, this too will pass, because the upward trajectory of ascension, this wave of energy that's coming to the planet, getting stronger and stronger, will take us along a path beyond where we have been before. It's like this energy from beyond the beyond is taking us on a path beyond where we have been before. Beyond, I think, where anybody's been before. And we're just at the beginning of this. So it'd be interesting to see in 5, 10 years' time, 13 years' time, where we all are. And honestly, I don't know. You know, I'm just being called to say things because it's telepathically funneled through my mouth, basically, and through my brain. And the only reason I trusted enough to actually put my mouth out there and to say things that I've got no idea whether they're going to come true or not is because I've never been let down, and everything they've told me has come true. See? In the last 22 years. And when they said 22 years ago, well, not quite then, it was probably about 18 years ago, your role, your work is to recode the DNA. I haven't the faintest idea what that meant, because I only knew what I'd learned in biology at school. But if I look back, just like when we look back at life, when we get older, we look back and we can see the signposts in our life and how things have opened up at the right time in the right way. When you're 20, you can't see that the same. You know, you haven't got the life experience to see that. But looking back, you can see it. You can see how everything that's occurred has been either a learning or a path to something else. And you can see the direction then. You see? So there's a final piece of energy now that we want to bring forward, which is also to do with activation of purpose and potential. But it's more expanded now because we've brought in the light to be able to do this. So you just sit with your hands palm up. This is like a rapid catalyst to switch you on to what your path and your purpose is. So it will open you very quickly just by knowing how to do things. I'm told. Tell me if I'm right in the library. Okay, let's try.
Shlokota kudu shlakazamalakazata kudia. Akalokodu sode sokodi sokoda sokodi. Akolokosadakazadabadakadadada. Akolokotokodakadabadakadabadakidadi. Akolokotokodakadakadakadakadakadadadi. Akolokotokodakadakadakadakadadadi. Akolokotokodakadakadakadakadakadabadakadabadaki. Akolokotokodakadakadakadakadabadakadi. Akolokotokodakadakadakadakadakadakadadi. Akolokotokodakadakadakadakadakadakadakadi. Akolokotokodakadakadakadakadakadakadi.
Don't worry about a thing. Okay? Don't worry about how you're going to actually do it. Doesn't matter. It's about opening to the energy, because the energy will transform. All we have to do is when we get a prompting to do something, you might get a prompting to start a group or something. Listen to that still small voice within the heart, because that's how we get led in the right direction, you see. So it's quite good to have a little notebook where you can write promptings of the heart that just come unbidden into your mind, because they're like little signposts, you see. You don't have to act on them then and there, but to have a notebook in your bag or somewhere or by the bed where when you get a little write it down, and over the next few months, you'll be guided more and more. It's like a 3 to 6 month guiding force till the end of the year, really. We're now in the end of May, you see, 2019. So this energy over the next 6 months is going to begin to activate purpose and potential in all of you in ways that you cannot really foresee right now. So it's like, because when we're receiving that information, we're really getting it from beyond ourselves, you see, or we're getting it from our soul self. That's why it's really good to just write it down, because otherwise you'll forget, you see. So you just have a little notebook, and it's like the little planning book where spirit and the soul are planning together. And as I said, you don't have to act on it immediately. You just have to know that you're being given these little signposts into the new. But if you're a healer or a channel, or you're working with people now, it is very likely that you will just be guided or compelled to maybe do things a little bit differently. Someone might come to you and you just think, I should be doing this, or your hands might go to different places. And what this means is you're going to be opened up into soul knowledge of how to do it automatically. So you just have to trust the process, you see, just like I'm trusting the process and opening my mouth tonight when I don't really know what I'm talking about in advance. We just have to trust the process, you see, and experiment. Because if you've just walked forward and you trust the process, then you'll probably see, oh yes. And the person who is on the massage table, who you're working with, they give you feedback. They give you feedback, you see. And then might say something like, gosh, I feel fantastic after you did that with me. Or it took a lot out of me, or whatever they want to say. But then you'll start to gain understanding of what you've actually just done. Because when you do it, you know what it's like. When you do it, you're sending the energy. You're not on the receiving end of it, and you've got no way of knowing how people are receiving it often. So the whole thing is about trust, and it's about surrender, and it's about experimentation, and it's about writing it down. And that's how we all move forward and get out of our comfort zone. Because we're all of us in our comfort zone, and that feels safe. But what we're being pushed to do now is get out of our comfort zone and move into areas that don't feel safe, because that's the only way that we change and we learn and we activate these new potentials that are being opened within us, is to get out of our comfort zone and experiment and just trust. And trust that we're not going to make mistakes. Just like I've been asked by Spirit to trust for a long time now, I've developed the capacity to not worry about it, only because I've never been let down. And they've never dropped me in it, you see, when I've been asked to trust. So it's just about trusting that you're not going to be dropped in it either. That there are beautiful beings of light who are with all of you. And all they're saying is, okay, it's time to step out. It's time to step up. It's time to trust the inner prompting of the heart and what you feel guided to do. And just do it. See?
Imesi nolushakadia, ekisi muko yelasa, ekanatish sezenanura melokuyedi, ikia tasukulishta takotebediko, akada takoti, oshesi metia, 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 metia. You are loved, you are blessed. And so it is.